want to become a content creator, now is the time and the best time to do it. And because I'm 32, about to be 33, I would start with this and pull it out and start videoing yourself and look up people that inspire you. I'm inspired by different people. Look up people that inspire you and become a sponge and soak up all that material. But right now, if you want to be a content creator, you don't have to wait till you have a whole bunch of equipment, you have a whole bunch of lights, and you have a big team of people. You could really start with just using your phone. And if it's good, people will watch it. And it'll grow. I just try to be myself. I don't try to do what everybody else is doing. And I try to stay true to myself and knowing who I am as a person and what I want to put out there, because what I want to put out there and how Joshua is completely different than how the next person is. So just staying true to what I believe and what I want to see on TV is what I try to do. Talking to myself a lot, encouraging myself a lot, because I believe that you are your best encourager, your best friend, your best lover, and just being able to sit there even when it's hard and some days where I don't want to get up, just being like, no, get up, you know, eventually it's coming. Just making sure that I'm encouraging myself every day. My content as it's gone has grown up and up and up, and sometimes I'll go and look at things that aren't necessarily shot the best, but it's good content, and it's not necessarily always about the perfect lighting or the perfect sound or the perfect color correction or the perfect actors. Sometimes if it's just really funny or if it's really dramatic or if you have a really good message that people want to hear, and all of us do, all of us have something in our hearts that people want to hear. There's someone out there that is waiting for you to step in and say what you need to say. Just pull out your phone and start. You have to examine the content as a writer. You should be looking at sitcoms. You should be looking at bad writing and good writing. You should be looking at web series, and you should be like, okay, this is what's working for this, and this is why this isn't working. And not necessarily binge watching something just to sit there and binge watch it and get engulfed in it. You need to look at it from, oh, okay, they panned up here and they did this angle so they could cut to this and everything. Examine how they're telling the story and what they're building it up to, instead of like getting so engulfed into it, because then you're not learning. You have to write every day as well. I take my phone, I write on my phone, and sometimes I'll put out my notepad and like someone will have a conversation or they'll say something or tell a story and I'm like, oh gosh, I gotta write that down. That's gonna probably be a good character or something. You're just constantly popping those ideas from here onto your phone. It used to be a notepad, which some people can still use notepads, but this is what we're living off of now. So just pop this out any chance you get and write. It's a lot of technique, and technique comes from hard work, because a lot of things that I've gotten okay at or good at, or people think that I'm good at, it's because I worked hard to get good at those things. I never saw myself as producing content. I never saw myself directing stuff. And when I started out, I didn't know what I was doing. It took time, and it took doing it every single day and learning the technique of doing it. You can't just focus on like if you're a good singer or you're a good writer, because that's only going to get you so far. It's about technique and networking and getting up every day and just like training that muscle. I could say you could go take a whole bunch of classes. I could say that you could go read a whole bunch of books like this, like Shonda's Say Yes or Meisner Technique, or pay for a whole bunch of stuff. But sometimes it doesn't even take that. Sometimes it just takes saying, okay, I'm going to start, and I'm going to pull out my phone and I'm going to sit down. If I want to be a blogger, I'm going to just start. And that team of people that you want are going to see what you're doing, and they're going to come to you. You got to step off the edge and stop living by fear and being like, okay, I don't have enough money, or my parents don't necessarily want me to do this, or it's going to suck, or I have this relationship that I'm in. You have to just be like, okay, I'm going to do it. And if it fails, then okay, I'm going to pick myself up, and this is what happened this time that didn't work, and I'm going to try this method. And just go.